Yeah, good to go, fam.
I just need everybody on the count of 3 to clap just in front of the what's it for syncing reasons. Okay, wait.
Three, bro.
1, 2, 3. Okay, on 3. 1, 2.
Let's
okay,
go.
we're gonna sync that up.
Let's go, girls.
Let's go. Ready, steady. Let's rock and roll. Once again, it's the Head Movement TV, man them, Momo Brothers, myself, D2, Halamala Talavala. And we'd like to welcome you to the Watch Your Mouth podcast. And today we got a special guest inside the building. Yes, inside the building. We got man like JAYKAE, man. They're big him up, hype him up, hype him up, hype him up. Yeah. Sending a special shout out to man like Desperan Production and Joe on the cam. But let's just get right to it, yeah. Well, go on, JAYKAE.
Well, go on.
What you say, man? What you doing there?
Medicating.
Okay, meditation, education. Okay, so what you got going on with yourself right now, bro?
Obviously, if Joshua don't fight Ruiz, I'm fighting Joshua.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, special announcement,
Nah.
yeah.
It's been busy, man.
How much do you actually weigh?
17, just over 17.
Fucking hell, heavyweight.
Heavyweight, 100% fighting heavyweights, fam.
You'd be getting leathered in one round, mate.
Yeah,
you know, I always
man,
look
Joshua.
at that when I look at my weight. I think,
You know what? I think I could have beat Dave Allen last night, you know.
fucking hell, I think I could have beat Dave Allen
You
last
know
night,
what? I
mate.
can't disagree with that. But the way he's been talking, bro, I don't dislike the.
I like him a lot, bro. I'm a big Dave Allen
Yeah,
fan.
yeah,
but like, obviously, I seen O'Hara like come out and say, oh, like it's like what you were saying about AJ after he lost, and now look, it's calmer. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, because the way I see it like this, AJ elevated the British, not only the British boxing scene, but like the reason why
Boxing in
the
itself.
Wilder and
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, the heavyweight scene, it came back. You know, like AJ beating Klitschko, really like, even in America, but in Britain, for ourselves, yeah, these shows that we're getting, like the show that I went to yesterday, we're getting these things because of the work that AJ and everybody's been putting in over there.
What was the atmosphere like? Yes, because I know Eddie Hearn was
Unbelievable.
saying it didn't sell out, but
Yeah.
it looked like it was
It
jumping.
was unbelievable. Like I said, I went the week before to the Dubois Gorman one, and the atmosphere at this one was unbelievable. Like DILLIAN WHYTE is now a major fan favorite.
I think he has been, but now it's
Deservedly.
It's deserved, especially.
Deservedly.
But yeah, just have to say that Momo is in fact stuck in traffic, and he is on his way. He should be here shortly.
He's on his small leave time.
Yeah, I'm sure we can all hold out for him. But yeah, just like you said, I've got no problem with Dave Allen.
No,
I'm
yeah.
over the moon that he's made all this money. But you know what? I just hope that his hype train has reached its final destination.
100%, because what you were saying, and you can't have lost to Lenroy Tom. No. Before I go into that, he seemed to be rejoicing in the AJ loss, and that seemed to be that's
Who,
a
Dave
problem.
Allen?
Yeah,
See, I didn't see that.
I
I didn't see that.
Like,
AJ's put you on bare.
Yeah.
Made you big pay per view.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, you don't kick that man when he's down.
And then to be like, if you weren't saying all of this before he lost to Ruiz, as soon as he lost to Ruiz, how you was talking, and then you're talking things like you're 2 fights away from AJ, so Povetkin.
Can I just cut in? Like, see what you just said there, 2 fights away. You what?
What is
Don't
that?
take the fucking piss, mate. You ain't even won a fucking British title. You're talking about this is the problem here. Yeah, like you see, like Deontay Wilder, PBC, and the whole LDBC, whatever fucking cult following us saying, oh yeah, the British boxing fan base, yeah, they just get behind anyone. Yeah. So of course AJ can sell out. Anyone can sell out. See, man, like Dave Allen, that pays evidence to that theory.
Yeah, because his
Dave
boxing
Allen
skills, it isn't his boxing skills that have got him where he is. Let's be honest. Yeah, he's a ticket seller.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. But when
you look at Dave Allen, and you think, oh fuck it, I want him to win, man. I hope he wins. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
man. You know,
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And
but he doesn't deserve it, though.
That was like, I'd say up until a year ago, and then he started, like, obviously he's had a few wins. And when he joined, what's his name? Darren Barker. Yeah. I seen him at a press conference a few months ago, and Dave Allen was looking wham, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he was looking in sick shape. That was just before he knocked out Lucas Brown.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like, he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it on the boxing skills level, but if you get yourself into that position as well, you deserve what you get of it. My thing was, what really changed my opinion on him recently is how he seemed to, like I said, rejoice in the AJ loss. Yeah. Like, you wasn't saying none of this when you was on the come up on his shows and he was putting you on the shows, and before he lost, you wasn't saying none of this.
I think because he thought like the title was
I feel it's that with the whole of boxing, though. You've seen a lot of people not like just try and say something to jab at AJ, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Everybody, Tony Bellew. I saw Tony Bellew kind of.
Now everyone's like from before. Literally,
they're an expert now.
On the same day that Anthony Joshua fought Ruiz, every single one of them people was a critic saying AJ will knock him out rapid. AJ's gonna hurt him quick. And now you've watched that fight. I don't know if AJ can beat.
Yeah, like this. Everybody was saying.
But has that changed your idea so much? Like, are you that much of a like?
If you look at Ruiz's amateur record, 105-5. Is absolutely amazing.
Oscar Rivas though beat him in the amateurs
and Pulev as well.
He beat Pulev as well, and now Dillian White's just beat him, bruv. I don't know, man. Dillian obviously he deserves the WBC shot, but
100%.
Is Wilder gonna vacate?
Nah. But what'll happen is, like now,
I don't even know if Wilder's gonna fight Dillian White. No, he's talking about retirement.
That's what I'm saying, because he's meant to fight Lewis. He's fighting Luis Ortiz next. After that, he's saying he's gonna fight Tyson Fury. Now, if you fight Tyson Fury, that's probably like 3.5 years that Dillian's meant to fight.
And this kind of shows how like the WBC haven't handled that situation very well.
Horribly.
Because if you look at this,
they've clutched onto that because they haven't got an American champion.
Definitely, but this is why Brazil was made the man at the time when Brazil fought him.
Never had.
He was like number 4. Now Brazil lost to AJ and Dillian White lost to AJ. Since them losses, who's fought the more credible opponents? Who's been in the more dangerous fights? Not Dominic Brazil. So how did he become mandatory above Dillian White? How it was just all a bit of a. He left a sour taste in my mouth, regarding the situation, because right now, Dillian, the reason why he got Brazil was because he's going to beat Brazil, barring any terrible performance and a terrible night. Brazil's made for him to beat, So he was going to beat Brazil, but then you know what that gives him? 2 voluntary defenses, so they can drag it out a bit longer.
And that's not Wilder's fault. Like this is the problem. Like obviously he's just fought his mandatory. So even though Dillian White is now the mandatory, how long is that going to take?
10 months. 10 months it is.
What?
10 months. Yeah, 10 months. 10 months.
So 10 months. You don't think that they're going to pull strings if the whole Fury?
Oh, they could. We can't argue.
Rematch.
We can't argue with that. Yeah. But the thing is that now he's got a date set that he has to fight for the title because he's the interim champion now as well. So really, he's a bit of a world champion at the moment, bruv. Right? He's the interim world champion. So 1 second, sorry about that. Carry on, lads.
I just hope that justice serves, bruv, and even Ortiz gets a win over Wilder, man, or something like that, bruv. Just so you ain't in control of that situation long in that a man's career anymore.
Yeah, I hope you've got this whole franchise bout. Yeah. And they're pulling all strings, like they'll make Wilder a super champion and say, okay, Dillian White, you're the standard champion.
This franchise bout, is this right? Because I heard that Canelo won't have to fight mandatories now.
This is what I'm saying.
As the franchise champion, he won't have to fight mandatories. So, does anybody know?
Usyk is he a franchise champion?
Champion in Emeritus, and is that not
so? That means when he steps up, it makes him
number one contender
in the weight above. Yeah. So I don't know. Does that mean if Wilder was to step down, he'd be number 1, 2? But
you know what it is? With stepping down, he should be, because the way it's saw is the heavier it is. Like really, this is what you don't really like, and it.
He'd be
the heavier, what's kind of frowned upon in the fighting scene, not just boxing.
You don't step down.
You don't, like the champion above doesn't step down to call out the champion below. You know what I'm saying? Like with what Dillashaw did to Cejudo. You know what I'm saying? It's not really done. Usually the fighter, the good fighter goes up. You know what I'm saying? So, basically, Jay, what I want to ask you though, first and foremost, before you disappear, is. Right, what did you think of the night as a whole yesterday? We'll start with the Dillian White and Rivas fight, and then we'll go through, get your opinion on each fight.
I just wanted Dillian to win. Yeah. I didn't care if it was knockout points. So,
what did you think of his performance though?
I think it was sick,
I loved it.
I think it was sick. I
second that.
The way he was jabbing him, the body shots he was hitting him with. Like, obviously, as they walked into the ring, I was thinking, Dillian looks a bit heavy, man.
Yeah.
Like, he might get a bit sloppy.
Was it 5 pounds heavier than the Parker fight?
He's used to, I've seen Dillian Bambi as well, bare times. He was doing it yesterday in the second and third. Like, it's just like he's like, do you know what I'm saying?
He throws the left hook.
You know what it is though? He throws his whole
body weight.
into the punch.
That's the only criticism I'll have on him yesterday. He threw too many big shots that were nowhere near Rivas.
But what you've got to see here is that's his unorthodox style. How many times have we saw him do that in fights before?
Yeah,
and do you criticize Wilder's unorthodox at times? Yeah, right. But if it works, it works. That's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, Michael Bisping was saying about you know, when he fought Rashad Evans, and people were saying to him, why didn't you go for it there? And he said, you see them shots that Rashad Evans was missing. He goes, I could hear them and I could feel the wind going whew, past my face. Sometimes when you throw them big shots, it'll make somebody like Rivas think,
it's gonna keep him away.
I'm not gonna get in.
If you noticed in round 2, I don't know if you noticed watching it. Like, because I was there, you saw it and they played it on the replay in between the rounds on the screens, Dillian White caught him with like a big right hand.
The 1-2.
Yeah, the 1-2, and it landed and it kind of like...
Changed the fight?
And
is that when he ran it?
Changed the fight?
That changed the fight. That's when he ran at him. Yeah, very early on.
Second round.
Yeah, second round.
Changed the fight. It made Rivas...
But I was praying... Don't Joshua Ruiz yourself. Don't go and outburst yourself now and then just let my man recover and do something bad to you.
Don't do that, definitely.
He's like... You got to give credit to his trainer as well. What's his name? Mark
Tibbs.
Mark Tibbs, What he's done with Dillian is mad, isn't it? Like, the
Unbelievable.
I remember watching Dillian first. Like, the first time I ever heard of Dillian White was against Anthony Joshua. That was the first time I'd ever heard of him.
Yeah, same here.
From that to now, bro.
But that, like, you see, when I said he became a fan favourite, and you said, he was, but deservedly, he wasn't against Joshua, and he's built it since that moment.
He was the villain against Joshua.
Yeah, he was the villain, and he continued that for a little bit of time, couple of fights after. But last night, what I saw in that arena, the atmosphere, you know, when he came out and he did the it was mental in that whole arena. There wasn't a person sitting in their seats. Everything was erupting, you know what I'm saying? And it showed the following that Dillian, deservedly, like you said, has got himself now, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much...
bullshit, man. What, you don't want to give me a title shot? Fuck it, I'll fight my man.
But I'm fighting nobody can, like, you know what I'm saying, look down on Dillian White. I don't care if it's Tyson Fury, I don't care if it's Anthony Joshua, even though Anthony Joshua's got a win over him. Yeah, or Deontay Wilder. You know, Deontay Wilder always, you know, that's a laughable opponent. He always, like, we don't take Dillian White serious over here. Like, he's not a real contender. Bullshit. He's a real contender now. Like,
now we do, though.
He was anyway recently. Like, from when he got the win over Joseph Parker, like, former world champion.
Like, you see, when you said about the sloppy legs, remember that last round, how we was watching that fight, because we was pretty much ringside, and it was like, I remember, I'm next here, so I remember, JAYKAE's whole reaction, he's like, oh no, it's like sometimes we get so, like we get so, this is what, as fans, we're so emotionally invested in these fights, we feel like we're fighting as well, if you know what I'm saying. Like, we get like the, you know, we get the nervousness, obviously not the complete nervousness that we get, but because of how, like, we feel about the fighters and how much. So for a long time we felt that way about Dillian White. We've been like, you know what I'm saying, but it's kind of took the British public a long time to catch up. But last night showed me they've completely caught up, and that Dillian White,
bro, how standings are in world, like, rankings and that, they might put Dillian over AJ, bro.
Yeah, right now.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
what you've got to see, right, and I was saying this last night, right now, right, it looked really bad when AJ lost for the...
They put him fifth. I was saying the British... like, fifth and that, though. Like, I'm seeing, like, interviews, people giving their top 5.
And Ortiz is above him.
Bro, I ever seen, like, Eddie doing an interview and he put, like, AJ, like,
third.
He said, how are we ranking it? So he believed AJ's still number 1, but based on titles and... whatever, you got to put Ruiz number 1 if he's based on titles. But it's a tough question, though.
Nah, but the reality of it is,
who's your top 5 based on, or what's who's the top 5?
But what you got to take into consideration as well, lads,
top 5. Well, I was going to say top 5. Like, who's got, like,
what's your top 5 then? Because before you say it, your top 5 is going to be different to Momo's top 5, maybe different to my top 5, different to D2's top 5.
In terms of what? In terms of, like, if you're going to talk in records,
who's your top 5?
If you're going to talk about opponents and things like that, Anthony Joshua is still number 1. Like, he's got the best record.
I'd have to disagree. You know why?
He's got the best record.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because he went. Tyson Fury went to Germany and beat stop shadow boxing when we mentioned Fury, man. Look at this geezer. Stop that now.
I was gonna say, like, not opponents. I'm talking skill wise. Like, in my head, who do I think? Like, Tyson Fury number 1.
Yeah.
Joshua number 2.
Yeah.
Wilder 3.
Yeah.
have to put Ruiz on it.
Sick. Yo, we don't
Nah,
we don't know. We can't say at heavyweight yet. Yeah.
And then I say Dill, you know, Dill number 5.
And I can't disagree with that. Like that top 5 there, I wouldn't be. That's kind of pretty much my top 5 at the moment.
I'd
like
put Ruiz ahead of Wilder. Because Ruiz's best win is
You
better
know
than
what?
Wilder's
You
best
know
win.
what? I'd probably
He's got
agree
the
as
best
well.
win. He's got AJ.
yeah,
don't
definitely,
know.
He's got an
definitely. But
undefeated
you know,
AJ.
like at the moment, and I was saying this to you, like
But
because
if you're talking ratings and that though, I think there's boxers out there that will like make Ruiz look like light work.
But I thought AJ will make him light work.
No, because AJ don't fight good against his little brothers.
not only that, I don't think it was just that, and this is what I think Ruiz is doing now. He's already setting, he's setting the what's the word I'm looking for?
Benchmark.
No, not benchmark, but he's trying to set AJ up already. You know why? He was really respectful and quiet, and before the last fight,
And
now he's getting
gas.
disrespectful.
Yeah, it's pissing me
But
off.
you know what he's feeling like that's going to do? Draw AJ into the same fight.
No, I
take
think
him
it's
off a game
detrimental
plan.
for him. I think that's the opposite. I think that's actually a negative on Ruiz's part because he kind of slid under the radar with this happy, humble guy. Took the moral ground. Now it's like he's the bad guy and AJ's
the champion.
And AJ's the hungry guy.
I'm the
like
champion.
that?
But this is where it is. If you don't react the right way to that, AJ might have the bravado, but you could be drawn into the bravado if you want to knock him out how he knocked you out. Whereas you've got to go into this fight, yeah, right. Like what I was
stink it for 12
If
rounds,
you've got to stink it, then stink it, bro. If it smells the
If you
whole
got
fight,
AJ, if you got to do what
bro.
you've done against Joseph Parker,
And that's what
Go
Ruiz
ahead.
is scared of.
Go
and
ahead.
that's why
And that's what I'm saying. Ruiz
all
is
he can do
scared.
is run.
Right. Ruiz is very scared of AJ coming in and getting long now, staying behind the jab, the right hand,
David
keeping
Price
it.
Allen as example.
Yeah. Like literally, even like semi how Dillian fought last night. Like Dillian fought last night, and this is what I was gonna say to you when I asked you your opinion on the fight. Did you not see how much this guy has matured in his boxing? Because like he put on that last night was a game plan. You know what I'm saying? Whereas we saw him in previous fights with Chisora and that, and he's been like
Fighting down and he's gone
and like he was until he knocked Chisora out. A lot of people had him losing that Chisora fight, and that's because he wasn't fighting the similar way that he was against Rivas. Rivas. I thought I got it wrong. Rivas. Like with Rivas yesterday, he never overly got drawn into the what's it called? Like when you said he ran at him because he landed the 1-2 and he saw a reaction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he saw the opportunity, but he weren't going for that at all 12 rounds because it's like if you go for that all 12 rounds, are you realistically going to win this fight? No. And this is what I feel like AJ needs to take into that next fight. If he has to stink it out, he has to stink it out, bro. You know what? And then after,
win and get booed. You know that? Even if you have to win,
I really don't think he'll get booed. Everybody would what's it called, but I understand what you're saying.
No, do a stink out where people don't get to see what they wanted to see.
Come on, man. Let's be honest. Well, is there anybody here that hasn't got Tyson Fury as the number 1 heavyweight at the moment?
He is, man. He's got
all right. So how many stinkers has Tyson Fury had, man?
Bare.
Loads.
Look
at this geezer's head.
Listen,
man.
I still can't get over my head. Yeah, I think it was Sefery fight. Yeah. And the fans started fighting in the crowd,
yeah.
And Tyson started watching it.
Away. Bro, I would have Judas his head off.
I was next to you and you go Judas him now. Yeah.
Bro, you can't be in a fight and look away for 10 seconds, like make sure everything's blood. I'm in a fight, bro. I'm gonna bang your jaw.
Yeah, nah, that wasn't a fight though, man.
This is the only chance I've got to make something of my name.
Was it? Could we just all eat humble pie over here? Because Momo has said from day one about Tyson Fury. But you know what? I will say one thing we can't say until it's all said and done. They still all need to fight each other, but it's looking
personally, right. Let's not get this confused. AJ was my favourite heavyweight stylistically, but did I ever say that he's going to beat Tyson Fury like that? No. I said I favour Tyson Fury. Why? Because the pure boxer generally beats the power puncher. Yeah. He generally in the fights, the pure boxer does win. So even though AJ was my favourite fighter, but that's like stylistically, and it like you have your favourite fighters throughout like all weight, but
like
stylistically sort that head now, bro. I can't take that no more.
Yeah, you know, with last night, like it's a matters because Rivas was the one that had the long amateur background.
Yeah.
But in fact, it looked like DILLIAN WHYTE was the boxer and Rivas was the one that was, because obviously DILLIAN WHYTE with the double jab was so effective.
Yeah, because
so effective. With
that's
that
how he
jab.
had to fight to win the fight. That's why I'm saying it was such a mature and impressive performance. If he would have fought in a more gung ho and aggressive way, he might not have won that fight yesterday.
Yeah.
As we saw, the moment Ruiz, like, because some people
Rivas.
some people were saying that it was a slip. Now maybe the feet did get a little bit
Nah, he
tangled.
got caught flush.
When
Nah,
White
he
went
got
down.
caught.
but this is what.
Well, yeah, but I didn't feel worried as like, you know, when he went down against Parker.
But understand this though,
it was different.
because people were saying it wasn't a knockdown, this and that. But
Nah,
it
definitely.
was not down, it
the
was not
reality
down.
is,
It was a knockdown.
Yeah.
if he didn't land the uppercut, he wouldn't have been on the floor. So it was a knockdown.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
imagine if he's going gung ho and just trying to swing with this guy, because there was a guy behind me like, throw the left hook, throw the uppercut, and I'm thinking they're very exposing shots with with how Ruiz was punching. Like, Rivas.
Rivas, yeah.
Rivas had some unorthodox over the top right, right. And if you throw a left hook,
Yeah, he was
and
going for that over. That,
you know what
that
I'm saying,
was a vicious
and
shot
you're
when he
not,
tried
your
catching.
timing, you put yourself out of position. Let's say, you leave yourself wide open to be at the very least be on them Bambi legs, be wobbled, and the worst case scenario is you could be clean out, because them type of shots knock people out. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, very, very mature performance from Dillian White.
I just think Rivas got that completely wrong. I think
I don't think he can fight a different way, do?
But that's what. Well, when he caught Dylan, he was fighting the Chisora fight. He got him up against the rope, smothered his work, didn't let him use his range. The whole fight, I was seeing Rivas fighting at range, and Dylan White was just like, ping, ping, all day.
But you know what?
Ping all day.
Sink him with the body.
What
Sink him with a good one.
What we saw, what we mentioned, just not long ago mentioned, right? Like I said, I don't feel like Rivas could have adjusted. I feel like the reason the fight was the way that you saw it was because Dillian White controlled it in the way that he did. But you're not going to be able to control every second of a 12. Like Fury controlled the Wilder fight,
Up until
the two times he got caught, because it happens, D. Like, Fury was controlling the fight, but at some point, if you lose concentration, say for the split second, or you're out of position, you get caught, and that happens. I don't think Rivas changed and adjusted his style. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Dillian White just wasn't in the right position at the time and got caught with a punch. I don't think Rivas has much else to offer other than what he saw last night, which is very good, by the way.
Yeah.
Very, very good, bro.
man.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, what it was with Rivas is he didn't have an answer for Dillian's jab.
Not one bit.
That's the big problem. Every time, and he didn't think that Dillian's jab will be better than his,
and
that he won't be able to bob and weave his way in.
And you know what we said earlier, that was the game changer in the fight. That 1-2 in round 2, because Rivas realised, I can't just recklessly walk forward. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So these things played into how the fight went.
Where do you think Chisora goes next? Because I think
Parker. Did you see him send for Parker
it's
yesterday?
Good a sign. Parker sent back as well.
I'd watch that. I'd definitely watch that. I'd definitely watch that.
And it's the second time he's probably stole the show on a white card as well.
Definitely.
It's the second time he's stole the show.
So we've got your opinion on Dillian White Rivas. So now, I need to ask your opinion, because me and Momo was next to each other when this fight was happening in the building. Right, Price and Allen. Where did David Price get his shoulder roll from?
I don't know. Was David Allen really shit, or was Price really good?
David Allen.
Now I think
with
it's
all due
I was
respect.
just about to say it's both, because everybody ruled that fight going past 8-9 rounds just because of Price's stamina.
All right.
And your man made it. Your man looked like he could have went to the 12 carrying on.
He could have. So,
and still had he probably could have done a few more after that, bruv. Like,
I think Dave Allen is actually, with all due respect, I don't rate him that highly as a boxer. Like,
I think when he's determined and he's on it, and he's not
he's still not that great.
And things, not that is great though, but I think it will knuckle down more. Like, in the terms of like a way to beat David Price is willpower and heart that he might not have.
Yeah, but
and I thought Dave Allen could have come with that heart.
Nah, but you know what,
he gets
fam?
hit way too much.
Too many times.
For someone that hits that hard.
Too many times.
Thank you.
For someone that hits that hard.
Price hits hard.
Price hits really hard.
Lads, you got to understand these styles make fight. Price hits very, very, very hard. Very hard. And if you're hittable, you can't just, like Dave Allen, we know he's got like a good chin, and well, you know, as like a decent chin, he's took a lot of shots, etc.
He's took too many shots, man.
But you can't keep like the way he was speaking about Price before the fight. It was making me confused, because he was speaking like he'd showed us these amazing performances when all you'd done is give Lucas Brown, you know, who who we've kind of...
He's fucking washed. Let's just say he's a fucking washed up fighter. He's done, man. He's got one fight out the fucking door. Come on.
But even in his prime, was he that good? No, because he was a so-called champion of the world. But nobody, but heavyweight boxing weren't interested in him. Heavyweight boxing weren't interested in him at all.
No,
because
he was like a regular champion.
I think Joseph Parker knew him. You know.
So he's beat Lucas Brown, and all of a sudden in his head now
you're qualified to.
Man.
You're of a different.
It weren't like a technical, skillful beating. He just keeps getting these moments of greatness in fights where he would just
But even that against who though? Bro, you lost to Lenroy Thomas. Like, with all due respect, because when I say this, you have to respect each and every man that steps in them ropes, bro. Yeah. So I'm not saying it but I'm just being real. Trying to be real about the situation. You lost to Lenroy Thomas, bruv, and then AJ loses to Ruiz, and you seem to be rejoicing in that loss.
And you're 2 fights
away. And you're speaking about somebody like Povetkin.
Yeah, it's mental.
Like Povetkin.
It's mental.
Like, people don't. This geezer won a gold medal.
If Alan beat Price and the next fight made was Alan Povetkin, I would be so scared for David Allen if that fight ever happened. I would be so scared for him.
Yeah, man.
Because Povetkin's vicious.
Because you know what the problem with Alan is? He doesn't actually hit that hard. He doesn't. He's not like a big puncher.
Nah, he knows how to sink a body shot, and he can throw it over and right as well.
Yeah, but is it that hard?
The beating he got from Price is worse for his health than what would happen against Povetkin.
It's worse for his profile. It's bad for his
profile,
profile, bro. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people
all right, did anybody I'm gonna go as far to say this. I don't know a man in the world that called Price winning in the 11th round, bro. I don't know if I'd
Whoever
believe
put that bet on. If someone put a bet on Price to win rounds 10 to 12, bro, you're a G. You know
I'm telling you,
mad peas
I need
yesterday.
to see proof, though.
The bookies won yesterday.
I need to see proof,
the bookies won yesterday, bro.
100%, because we all spoke about it, and we was all kind of going along the line of Price early, Allen as the fight goes on.
I think Dave Allen thought he was way better than he really is, and thought
100%.
No, he banked on. I can get hit and come forward, and he can't hit for that long.
No. Price failed, that whole thing, but you still got to make Price fail. Like, you can't just expect him to just flop.
I think Allen looked like a cruiserweight against Price
yesterday. His shots look so lazy. Like, I saw him have a bit of success, with body uppercut. And then he just kept on going back to it.
But even that, he landed one or two shots, and we all know Price hasn't got the best chin, and it shows that his power's not great, because you landed a couple of times on him.
Where does Price go next now? Because Price is meant to be fighting.
He was talking about the Povetkin rematch.
No, he never wants that again in his life, bro. Yeah, avoid that. Where's the camera? Look, listen, David Price, avoid Povetkin at all costs.
At all costs,
at
brother.
all costs.
He made Povetkin do the Bobby Schmurder.
Please, never. I'll never want to see that. No, why it's bad though, fam? Yeah, because fam, in that fight, bro, we was there at that fight, bro. I remember Price banged him.
Left off.
Povetkin stumbled back into the corner, and Price just slugged forward
there was no killer instinct.
The look Momo gave me when that happened.
Because the way the crowd erupted when he done that. You know, if he had come over and was like, and just a bit of urgency, a bit of viciousness, and put him down, bruv, the referee.
But you know what?
It was a standing 8 count.
It was a standing count.
I'm saying after that, there was no. I'm telling lies. Actually, I think the bell went.
The bell went. It was a standing 8 count, and then the bell went. You're right.
You could have got 2 more. You could have got me 2 more before that standing 8 count.
But the thing is,
I think he was surprised.
The difference is,
just run him over.
When a lot of these heavyweights hurt somebody, it's like, it's like they see blood and that. And if before they're kind of shoulder to shoulder with the ref when the ref's getting in there to give the standing 8 count, let's say, Price was still where he was when he hit him. Yeah. There was no urgency to get over there. So, and this is the thing. And again, I actually like David Price. He's a very humble guy. You know what I'm saying? But
more so why I thought that Allen could win this fight because of his performance with Cash Ali, bro.
I was just gonna. You took the words right out my mouth.
The way that's exactly he looked what I was so gonna say. Shit against Cash. I was thinking,
and if Cash Ali didn't bite him, why did you bite him?
Because you had a chance of winning, bro.
Yeah, man. Why did you bite him, man? Why did you do that, man?
Cash Ali ain't the best, but he's a good sparring partner.
He's been in with a lot of people,
and he knows how to roll off the punches and not get hit clean. When Dave Allen was getting hit, they were clean.
How long was he banned for?
6 months or 9
I don't want to hear about him again. I'll be honest with you. You
No,
can't buy David.
I'd see him in another fight.
Yeah, but you know what it is, right? You don't buy.
I'd laugh.
You've got to have the brain cells not to bite David Price when you see him fading, because we saw him fading. We was watching it. We saw him fading. So
we was like, oh, he could win this.
Yeah. We was actually like, he could win this fight. He really could win this fight. That's where we was at with it. We was like, if this carries on, put it this way, if that went a couple of more rounds, where would have Price's fitness been at? And that's what made me think Allen might have a chance, because I felt like if Allen can drag him to where he was in that 6th round against Ali and then get to the 8-9 rounds, where's his cardio going to be? Yeah. Is he going to be able to stand up? You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't feel like that. The last, Chisora Spilka.
Fountain of Youth, hashtag Fountain of Youth. I don't know what's happened to him in the second half. It's a shame
that Chisora's got so much dedication and on it so late into his career.
Yeah.
Because he had opportunities before in his career, which he fucking, the Pulev beat him. Was it not Pulev? Over P? No, it was Pulev. He's lost like 9.
Nah, but didn't he have a disappointing one in Monaco or something?
Yeah,
not too long back.
He's had a couple fights, bro.
Very bad. You're right.
And I think you could have done better. If he had the same conditioning and training that he's getting now, I think he would have wiped the floor with most of them, man, bro.
Nah, but he's not fought anyone that gets on their bike.
Anytime.
If you fight someone with feet, he's gonna struggle.
He's always because he plods.
But that's his plan. That's his way of fighting. No, that's he makes man stand and bang with him.
But the people he's fighting, Takam comes to you. Dillian White, he can get Dillian White to come to him. If Dillian White did the jabs.
Yeah, like
he did yesterday, he 12-rounded him.
Which showed the maturity of Dillian White's performance yesterday.
It's just, I think...
And even Spilka, he stays in the bucket.
Quick question, lads.
Chisora Parker, I would like to see, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The main fight I'd love to see Chisora in is against Povetkin. That would be the Mazza, bro.
It would, but he might get...
Povetkin comes in on the inside.
I think that would be them two...
Yeah,
swelled up,
but
fam.
You know what it is?
Next to each other, banging each other, fam, will be one of the best.
People underrate Povetkin, bro.
I think Povetkin will win. If I was to pick a winner in that fight, I think Povetkin would win that fight. But I think it would take a lot to put that old dog down, fam. You know what I'm saying? I think it takes a lot to put that old dog down, fam. Even when White hit him, fam, it was just like, yo, you could tell he had nothing else left in him, bro. That's the only way he's out of there, bro. He's got nothing else left in him, fam. He's an old dog.
Going slightly off topic, but on topic. Spilka, seemed to give Deontay Wilder a world of trouble before Deontay Wilder.
And Spilka's lost to Bryant Jennings.
Wilder,
and
how did he lose to Jennings?
Knockout 8th round.
Yeah. So,
but that was a few years ago. Then.
Nah, but
that was a while ago.
My thing with this now,
the Spilka Wilder
as well.
Did he lose to Kawanaki? Yeah. All right then. So Spilka, right? Like he was winning rounds off Wilder. In the Wilder fight, he was giving him trouble, and Derek Chisora just blown him out in
the quickest he's ever been knocked out.
Yeah, this is my thing at the moment. I had 1 or 2 people say to me, message me yesterday after the White fight, that won't get him the Wilder fight. And I was like, you've got to stop putting Wilder on a pedestal, because to me, he lost to Fury. If we go boxing, if we're doing boxing, because people get to sort your head out now, yeah, right. If people get into he knocked him down twice, so he didn't take it from... Forget that. Let's go round by round. How many rounds did Wilder win in that fight? I saw 3 at best.
Quick maths.
At best. Quick maths, bro. Quick maths. Like, I saw 3. With 2 knockdowns, that gives you a 10-8, a 10-8, and a 10-9 at best, right?
And the rest of them are 10-9.
All Fury. Yeah, all Fury. Every single one of them are Fury. So he lost that fight to me, but he got the draw in America, etc. You know, they don't want to take the belt off the American, so to speak, yeah, right? So, who's his next best win? We're going to say Ortiz, but then you're going to have to tell me who Luis Ortiz has beat to be called King Kong, because he beat a Dave Allen. Dave Allen. But he beat the Dave Allen that wasn't even in the shape that Dave Allen was in against Price.
And he stopped him in the 7th or the 8th.
Yeah, but he didn't send him out on a stretcher like Price did.
Nah, he just got punched too many times.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. If he punches that hard, Dave Allen shouldn't have been... Like we saw last night, like what happens with somebody that really punches hard and lands a lot of shots on Dave Allen. Like, does really King Kong punch that hard? You know, can anybody here give me a legitimate name that King Kong's beat?
No.
Has he beat Jennings?
Is that a legitimate name now?
It's not legit. It's not like...
You know what? It's not legit because I watched Jennings and Joe Joyce live.
Yeah, like
terrible fight.
World level, top 5, top 10.
Who's he beat?
That's where Dave Allen's got to go now, I think, with Joe Joyce and that. Just go start as a journeyman again.
He might retire.
Could retire, but I don't think
he said it on his Instagram post. It could be done.
I don't think he's comfortable.
He's invested in a few houses. Depends.
Not comfortable.
Yeah, no, he's just not. Honestly, lads. And again, with all due respect, I don't feel like he's that great of a boxer.
Yeah, he's got something saying. No,
he's never fooled me.
Like go and fight a Dubois. Like that. Like you could get a Dubois fight.
He don't want to go and fight a Dubois.
No, this is what I feel.
Dave Allen.
Yeah, I'm not saying to win the fight.
He's trying to get him killed.
I'm not saying to win the fight. I'm saying that's where his career is at now.
Gatekeeper,
he
like
can still
journeyman
sell
type
tickets
thing.
in that situation.
Yeah, but you
make a lot of money.
Listen,
that's a good
just
segue.
done that
Let's talk about Dubois, Gorman. Like, obviously, we haven't really.
I thought Gorman would win.
Me and you need to talk about this. Yeah,
I thought Gorman would win.
When you first spoke to me about this, what did I tell you? This is a bunch of absolute cogswallop. Yeah, right. There's no way that this is like Gorman will never beat Dubois. But I got suckered in. Like everyone else, bro. I got suckered. You know what? I saw them fast on the pads, with Hatton and that. I saw all of that and I thought, yo. And then you know what really started to make me think against the African brother that he fought?
Before. Yeah.
And he took 1 or 2 shots and I was like, whoa.
He went into a little bit deep waters.
He got a bit reckless in that fight, a bit gung-ho,
And I just thought like, whoa, wait there might be something here. You know what I'm saying? There might be a little bit.
But Dubois' jab was a lot better than Gorman thought it would
Gorman, yeah, right. Might be able to throw hands, but to beat somebody like Dubois, you need good feet. Tyson Fury couldn't have just had decent hands to do what he did against.
And look how big, and look how tall Tyson Fury is, and all the natural physical attributes that he's got and advantages he's got over his opponents. Like Gorman hasn't got a long reach.
Yeah, but if he had good footwork, he wouldn't. Do you know when I knew he was in trouble? Right into the first round, before he got caught with that big right, I saw him up the ropes and I thought
he caught him back with a shot. I know when you're on about though.
Yeah, that big right.
The bar had him at the ropes. The bar hit him with something. Gorman caught him back with something, but you could still see then you could tell
but when
who's going to cause more damage in that fight?
When Dubois landed that right hand, you instantly saw like a little pinch coming up on his face. But
he was going red off anything.
Yeah, but that's because Dubois hits that hard, bro. Like you don't want to.
I just think he's red. You
do not want to feed David. That's what you're doing. You're feeding David Allen to him if you give him that fight.
But I think that's his lane, to fight Joe Joyce, to fight them mans, and still sell a lot of tickets and still make as much money as he can.
What did we think about Joe Joyce then, lads?
I've never been sold off him, but bro, his record for where he is right now in his career is sick. I think. Yeah,
but I think if he fights somebody that hits hard, he's in a world of trouble.
I think, bro. I think Dubois could stop Joe Joyce, man.
Very early, I think. Yeah, I think it could be very early because.
And at the same time, I think Joyce could just make it a very boring shit fight and beat Dubois.
I don't know about that, fam. Honestly, I don't know if he's quick enough.
I think if them two fought, I think Dubois would probably knock him the fuck out.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think he'd be going down very, very quickly. Like I said it about the Amanda Nunes cyborg before the fight was made. Yeah. I said round one, Nunes. Round
What's
one.
It called? Do you think Daniel Dubois is a world level fighter?
He's 21.
That's all I can say about that right now.
Don't rush in, man. This is the problem. I
think this is the problem with AJ. Yeah. AJ didn't get the proper.
They rushed him. He's still learning on the job.
Eddie Hearn seemed to he just gave AJ the toughest fight possible all the time, bruv. Like, what do you think now? Quick question, lads. What do you think, Ruiz or Miller? Just answer.
Who would win?
Yeah.
Ruiz fucks him up.
Who do you think?
Ruiz.
Who do you think?
Ruiz.
So how
did you make a harder fight?
How did you make a harder fight
and
with short time
Fury,
and you're not? And you know what I'm saying?
Fury's
that's where I agree with you. Remember, you made the video, D. That's where I agreed with you.
What? Sorry.
You made the video and you said basically Eddie Hearn. You didn't agree with the mismatch, the Eddie Hearn's matchmaking.
Nothing to gain, everything to lose.
Again. So how have you gone from Jarrell Miller to a harder fight?
Is Fury fighting Miller?
This is what we're hearing.
But again, if we put it up against this, I think Ruiz has got a much better chance against Wilder than he has against Fury. I think Fury whitewashes him. 12 rounds.
It would look stupid.
Remember on the last podcast we did in your yard on the couch here, how I said how important it was for AJ to go over to America to fight Ortiz, do a better job on Ortiz than Deontay Wilder did, and watch the pressure it will put on Deontay Wilder. Yeah. Now, we've seen that in reverse because Deontay Wilder banged out AJ's opponent, which
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Brazil, and put so much pressure on
But
AJ.
I was against that idea when
Yeah.
you were saying that. You know why? Yeah, right. Because and my evidence that I'm going to use to back that up now is look at the popularity Fury got off Tom Schwartz. Who would Tom Schwartz beat any of the top 10 heavyweights that we could name?
But you know what Fury was doing? Fury was dancing to a certain beat. Yeah,
Fury
went
playing
over.
again.
He went over to America.
Yeah.
Drenched in American colors.
Yeah, yeah.
God bless America.
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. I hear all of that. I hear all of that.
We ain't dancing to that
that's
beat
what.
over here.
But you know what that's proving? The opponent doesn't necessarily
Fam,
matter.
It's ESPN, bro. You can't listen. You can't ramp with that type of publicity.
Yeah, nah, but to
and
me-
AJ is going against that.
All
AJ
right,
and,
so
and
if
Eddie Hearn are trying to fight against
AJ
that.
would have fought Tom Schwartz and smoked him in a round or
He
two,
would have got
yeah, right.
slated
No
for
one
it.
would have
He
even-
would have got
I
slated.
I honestly don't think it would have been as bad as what people think. I think, say like, all right, then Miller pulled out and it was somebody, it wasn't as hard a fight as Ruiz and it was somebody else and he smoked him. People, like, you know, like the Stephen A. Smith, not the boxing hardcores I'm on about, you know, like the Stephen A. Smith, how he's all of a sudden like that AJ fight and Wilder's dead. When people that in boxing, like, you know, are thinking like, if AJ beats Ruiz, that fight's not dead. It may be even better because that might have been a lesson that AJ needed at the time. You know what I'm saying? But people like Stephen A. Smith would have been calling for that AJ Wilder fight like crazy. Like, oh, it could have been Michael Hunter, let's say, or somebody else.
It
Jennings.
wouldn't have been worse
Yeah, it
for
could
him.
have been
It wouldn't
It
have
would
been
never
worse.
been worse for him.
That's
He would
my
have had
point.
the same criticisms and they would have carried it on saying he ain't fought no one and he's
it
this
wouldn't
and
have been
that.
Because he had
detrimental
the
to him
chance.
is my point.
If he beat Ruiz, people could have chatted the same shit.
But the Fury Schwartz fight,
Yeah.
If he
No.
beats
Like you've just said it though. Sorry to cut you, fam. High risk, low reward, fam. So if he would have
people still would have said that it wasn't a good win for
all right.
AJ.
Thank you. So if he would have, but
Even if he knocked him out.
But
right
if
there.
he, but you know what would have happened? You know what would have happened? People would have said that, and they would have said, "We need to see AJ Wilder." Now there's people in America like this geezer's a joke.
Yeah.
You know, like the Stephen A.
Yeah,
Smiths
no,
and
he fucked up 1,000,000%. But I'm saying that the plan that they had, that Eddie Hearn and AJ, well, I'm not even gonna say it. Obviously, Eddie Hearn and DAZN had was for AJ to build the status over in America.
Yeah.
And you know how America, oh fucking King Kong, this and that. Like you were saying earlier, like they all put him.
They
so
put him on a
high.
pedestal
We
high
don't.
then.
We
Yeah,
don't.
we don't
But I'm
believe
saying
this is good.
for AJ to go over there, this is what I've always said. Tyson Fury got the deal that AJ needed. AJ needed ESPN. You know what I mean? He's got DAZN and that's working in reverse for him. Because
because there's a lot of negativity. Like ESPN,
and
they're
he's
all
carrying
against
DAZN
it.
on his back.
They're all against
you know what I mean?
it. They're all
and
against it.
people are going against AJ and going against DAZN because they think DAZN is matchroom.
No,
All
but
right.
DAZN was happy making Canelo versus Rocky Fielding.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yes.
They was happy
And
making
wait
that
there, Canelo Rocky Fielding, terrible. Like we
Terrible
always knew what was going to
fight,
happen.
man.
One sec,
Canelo's not
sec.
AJ.
One sec.
Canelo is already known in America.
Yeah, all right,
This
so
is
what-
about getting the American fan
But
base
does
on
it?
DAZN.
But what that does
if
as
the
well.
Big Baby Miller fight happened, it would have been job well done by DAZN.
Yeah.
It would have been job well
Big
done.
Baby Miller was
because
as good
Miller
as
saw his mum.
Ortiz.
Not because
And
of
Miller's
Miller's caliber.
known so much in
Because
New
Miller saw
York,
his mum
innit?
and he's
Yeah,
a
but
big,
it's-
They
he's a
wanted
big
the
guy.
American guy. That's why ESPN are after him now for Fury. They're looking at him, and I can't remember the other American name.
Yeah,
There's
but it's
many.
not. But who's Big Baby Miller beat?
Nothing.
Thank you. So it isn't necessarily about you needed to go over there and what I think happened is they kind of got drawn into that trap. Then that they needed to go over there and beat a big name when I didn't think they needed to do that as much. If you went over there, put in a performance, beat somebody, proved that you would fight over there, and then you was back in the UK having fights, would that have been detrimental to
But
AJ's?
we can always get caught off guard by what we see. Do you remember the podcast with Sonny Edwards? Yeah, and me and you was going back and forth, and you were saying that Big Baby Miller would beat Derek Chisora, or is Derek Chisora even an opponent for Big Baby Miller? And I said we haven't even really saw what Big Baby Miller's about yet.
Yeah,
but because it was put on us like that, like the way Adam Karanaki is getting put forward. So if there's a
I was just about to say I haven't watched too much of
You
him.
know why? Because that whole thing, when you do a number on Deontay Wilder's opponents, a better number on a Deontay Wilder opponent, you get the whole Adam Karanaki treatment. That's what we're seeing.
But be fair,
Yeah.
AJ did a number on Eric Molina, who
Of course.
wasn't just an opponent for Deontay Wilder, wobbled him.
Yeah.
He had a point in the fight where he absolutely wobbled Wilder, right? But he didn't lay one glove on AJ, and he didn't get the respect he deserved off that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're not seeing Wilder do the silly things he was doing, but like there was one fight, I can't remember who it was, and he was jumping and punching. Do you see it? He was literally jumping and punching.
Yeah, but obviously
like
fighters learn.
that.
There was a fight where Tyson Fury punched himself in the head, bro. You know what I'm
early
saying?
Days,
yeah, very like fighters learn.
Days,
but I don't think. I think
the only man that can land on him.
Yeah.
So. Go back in traffic now. Go back in that traffic.
I just want to say,
I feel like Momo's gonna have the last laugh when it's all said and done. You know.
One Mazza, I was gonna say something to finish it. Yeah, but Shane Fury versus Dean White, bro.
I spoke to Dean.
Mazza, Listen, did you hear Shane's voice note that he told Kruger to show him? Shane's about his business, bro. Shane saying, but I've been boxing as long as my brother. I don't care if I'm this big, bro. I'm a boxer. I'll dance rings around ya.
Dean's
saying, I do wrestling.
I'm gonna take him down and elbow him, bro.
It's boxing. And Dillian said, if I fight Fury, bro, then that'll be on the undercard if I fight Fury.
It's gotta be kickboxing, man.
Nah,
it's not fair.
It's gotta be boxing. You can't.
Nah, it's not fair though.
Bro, if it's Dillian
a man's
White
boxed 30
Fury,
years, bro, 20 years
then
or whatever.
allow the conversation. Then
have the fight.
Bro,
have the fight.
Have a fight, then, bro.
How would that fight
Have a
take place? You know where that
then,
fight's
bro.
gonna take place? That fight's gotta take place on road or at a press conference or something like that. He won't be in a closed environment. It won't be something. I
don't think they'll fight if they see each other.
I think they'll bounce it. They'll probably laugh it off. And
I
think there's a lot of respect between Fury and White. I think
it's more rivalry than real beef.
Yeah, now when you see Fury and that speak like this,
he's not old.
They're playing the game.
Yeah, Dean's a lot older than him.
This is what I mean. Like, obviously,
there's
levels.
Fury and that play the game.
Looks like definitely
Dean is a tool,
because
he can definitely handle.
Was it who was Tyson Fury sitting with when he was praising AJ for what he's done for boxing after the Ruiz loss?
The interview.
Oh, the interview.
I don't know which one you're on about.
It's all tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
But
because he's playing the game, he doesn't really hate AJ the way he hates
man.
him. He doesn't really hate White. But if it's a rival and it's an opponent, Fury plays the game. Fury's been a master at that for years. He played it in a different way to what he does now. But he's just playing the game.
Yeah.
But
I want to say, big up Lawrence Okoli.
Yeah.
Because look, in 12 months you might be a world champion. I want to say I can't wait for Lomachenko Campbell.
Yeah.
That's gonna be just see Lomachenko, bro. I think he's top 3 probably.
Even to get him over here, to see him in the flesh.
In the world, like I think that's
major.
And big up Leon Edwards.
Yeah. Big up
Dan Aziz as well. You get me.
But we're gonna get into the UFC segment. Go on then. Now
Dalton Smith as well.
Before you disappear, because you're trying to disappear. Before you disappear, all right then. So we're gonna have to ask you about the Leon Edwards thing. Firstly, because we're on the boxing topic first, Pacquiao Thurman. Who did you want to win before it happened?
I wanted Pacquiao to win.
Exactly like me. I wanted Pacquiao to win.
I wanted Pacquiao to win because Thurman, bro, like, you talk a lot. I was one of Thurman's biggest fans. Me and Casper. Casper showed me about Thurman years ago. And since then, I've like, this geezer's sick. I've liked his attitude. I've liked everything. You're ducking, man. You're trying to fight. You're trying to find the easiest of the names. Who's the oldest man?
Do you know what showed me about that?
You got mugged off, bro.
Do you know what showed me about that? In 2018, what did he say, Momo?
Spence.
He don't want to fight Spence.
No, but he said Spence will fight. Well, the Spence fight will happen in 2019. We got to 2019, and what did he say, Momo?
2020, baby.
He said 2020. So what about when we get to 2020? We're gonna go to 2021.
Spence will ruin his life, fam. Spence inside 3 rounds. That's what I believe.
Now we're like, don't get it twisted.
Spence is gonna. I think Spence is gonna make easy work with Porter as well.
Yeah, man. I think if you can box like you can make easy work of Porter. Not because Porter's like that bad of a fighter, but his fighting style.
But he always has a close fight. Every single person he's had a fight with, it's been close. Danny Garcia close. Even that Ugas, he probably lost his last fight.
I don't think Danny Garcia's boxing skill is up there with the elite boxers. He's great.
He's a great fighter.
What they're talking, I don't know if
he's who, sorry?
Danny Garcia versus Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, a bit of a mad
fight.
Could be a good fight.
But Danny Garcia, basically, like, he got a bit of a gift decision against that Mauricio Herrera. He got a gift decision in that fight, man. He did get a bit of a gift decision.
Even Lamont Peterson, man. I think Peterson beat him.
Like, if Khan had a bit more of it, if Khan had a chin, he was
Can't beat Peterson, so it's all swings and roundabouts. I feel like Peterson got a lucky decision with Card as well.
Oh, there was bear shit in that night.
Yeah, like
swings and roundabouts, baby.
Basically, Garcia. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Garcia. Oh yeah, Khan was chopping up Garcia, really piecing him up. Like Garcia couldn't really, and it's the fact of Khan's chin, which is what we've kind of said for a long time. I've always said to you, Amir Khan's best fan over it. No, Fury's his best fighter, and then Amir Khan. Yeah, right. Like I've always said it to Momo. My problem with Khan is anytime he fights somebody that hits, he's in trouble. You know what I'm saying? The only fight where we really saw him come through against a big puncher was Maidana. And that was by the skin of his teeth, you know what I'm saying?
That was his best
because he hurt
That's the best he's ever
Maidana
done.
early. He hurt Maidana early, which got his respect. And we see the difference that has. Dillian White hurt Rivas early, and Pacquiao hurt Thurman.
That's what it always is against the puncher, though. You can't have the puncher walking forward recklessly, not scared of what you're throwing back, because then he'll walk forward and he'll put you into a certain position. You know what I'm saying? And you will end up getting caught.
I think Thurman ain't the same no more. I think that shoulder injury's done him, because I was watching the fight yesterday and I'm thinking, why is he throwing no power punches?
He went down early as well, man.
Yeah, that can happen though.
It's Pacquiao.
Because it's Pacquiao and the angles.
With, lads, sorry, no VADA.
Yeah,
let's get that in there. No VADA.
Yeah. But Thurman didn't throw no haymakers. You know how he come out against Garcia and come out against. Don't get me wrong, he was scared. But even when he had Pacquiao up the ropes, he's still touching him with that right hand when he takes his head off the center. He never changed the power. He never swung a massive shot, and I think that shoulder injury that done him has finished him. I think it's finished him now.
I honestly think I wanted him to lose that fight because of, like I said, the 2018 to 2019. Then we got to 2019, and it was like 2020. That fight's not going nowhere. Get out of here, bro, man.
But is it? Did he make the right decision? Like, because he got paid $7 million.
I'm not to
lose against Pacquiao
for his life. Yeah, for his career, no.
I don't know, taking a loss to Pacquiao. Spence might be
not a 40-year-old Pacquiao fam.
No, for his life, it was a good decision, bro. For his career,
would Pacquiao beat Pacquiao versus Crawford? Just give me a name.
Pacquiao versus Crawford.
Yeah.
Crawford.
Depends on VADA.
Get your
but Crawford
without VADA.
I think Crawford, but the VADA thing makes a massive.
All right. So who do you think without VADA?
Crawford's better now.
All right then, safe. Pacquiao versus Spence.
Spence, man.
Too big.
Look at the difference. You know what I'm saying? So it hurts his career. It shows that he was actually ducking these people because he wasn't confident.
Pacquiao versus Amir Khan.
Oh,
let's say it's a possibility. Amir Khan saying they've got it in writing.
Pacquiao will blow his lips off, bro.
Pacquiao versus Amir
Khan. In the first 2 rounds,
Pacquiao versus Amir Khan. Come on.
In Jeddah.
Calm points.
Come on, this is what I was saying.
Getting back in traffic,
man.
Get it over in Saudi.
Yeah, and then we'll get your opinion because I know you want to cut.
Pacquiao's value is going to be mad in Saudi
Leon Rocky Edwards. Birmingham D2. We got to shout you out. What is he? Birmingham's what? Birmingham's own.
Yeah,
Birmingham's own. We got to shout D2
out. Respect on his name.
You
have to put respect on his name, bro.
Major.
Who's the only person who's got a bigger win streak?
I don't know.
Probably nobody.
I don't know. Usman.
And that's his only loss. And that's his loss. His loss is to the now champion. That's what I said. It's kind of like Dillian White if you look at it that way.
This is what I think with Leon Edwards. This is what, if I was Leon Edwards personally, this is what I think you should do, yeah. I think Usman might end up fighting Masvidal, yeah?
Maybe.
Colby, I reckon.
Do you think?
They're going to feed him to Colby. Ooh.
Who?
Usman versus Colby.
Yeah.
Colby's got low. Like Colby was the interim champion.
Nah, but you know what?
They already gave him the title.
Fuck my man, bro.
Do you know how much money that fight makes, though?
Yeah, mad piece, bro. Mad piece. But
Colby's a genuine threat, fam. Like people hate him.
He is, but like, when's the last time Colby fought, bro?
He was injured. And he battered Dos Anjos.
Yeah,
battered him.
So,
ran him.
Fam, so did Rocky last night.
Nah, but he ran him over.
This is what I think would happen. Though.
His fitness is a bit mad.
I think Masvidal is 2 fights away.
He's been promised a title fight if he beat Askren.
That's what he says, isn't it? We haven't heard Dana say that.
I think he was, though.
No, but
have you heard Dana say that, though?
Even if Masvidal won the title, I think his first defense would be against Rocky. That's what I think. And even if Masvidal lost, I think his next fight will be Rocky. So I think Rocky now should get I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not a fighter, bro. Yeah, but whatever you need to do, bro, to be on your best fucking game, from train as hard as you ever have, bro. Get yourself in the best position and condition you've ever fucking been in. Because that fight's gonna come. Even if Masvidal loses his next fight, that fight will be next after that.
Honestly, fam, let's put some respect on Leon Edwards' name,
yeah, bro. Definitely.
Because Dos Anjos is a world-class fighter, bro.
Yeah, blood.
World-class fighter, fam.
Dos Anjos, when he used to fight back in the day, you knew about it, bro. There's only
RDA.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was the first time I thought, Conor, leave it out.
You only see man fighting on pay-per-views and shit like that.
You know, what do you think is could be a bigger fight potentially? Colby versus Usman or Masvidal versus Usman? What's the bigger fight?
The bigger fight's Colby.
Sorry, I thought you said Edwards. Colby, fam. Colby all day. You know why? Because he's gonna talk all that rubbish and
Donald Trump shit, making the welterweight division great again.
Yeah. I'd give, if I was Rocky though, I'd go in whoever they're trying to give me next. I don't think they're going to try and give him a mad opponent next. I think he deserves to not have, because he's beat Cowboy.
They might try and give him Askren, fam. You know, like somebody
but the UFC don't play them games about favourable fights. They don't. The next man.
What do you reckon, lads? What do you reckon on that? You reckon they could try and give him Askren?
Nah,
it could be.
It could be.
I don't think they would.
They could. Why not?
Nah, but why not? Because Askren's just lost. Yeah, and basically then
Askren should fight Lawler.
Lawler's fighting Covington.
Askren's not fighting for a minute. The way he just got knocked
3
out.
months, and 3 months. 3 months. That's it.
Man. He's not fighting for a minute.
Yeah, but he got knocked out like 3 weeks ago.
2
weeks ago.
All right then. So if they arrange that fight for the end of the year, we're in July, August, September, November. That's 3 months.
There's always the big November.
I hate it.
I don't like that fight for Leon.
I don't like the fight, bro.
Yeah, because it's a wrestling shag match.
Yeah, he was just gonna lay and pray. He's gonna lay and pray. I'd rather someone that's gonna engage.
It's a shag match. I'd like to see Rocky go out there and be able to knock someone out and get a knockout on his record. Don't give him.
You want the honest truth? You want the honest truth? Who they should give him? Yeah, right. Rightfully, Masvidal, because Masvidal assaulted him, bro. If it was the other way around and Leon Edwards had done that in America, would they have glorified it?
You know what it is though, bro? I think it's how the person takes it as well. Because you know when McGregor smashed up the bus, how was Kiei saying that going on, fam?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Edwards ain't gonna snitch. He's not on that push show thing. He's not going to ambulance. He's not going to police. So that's probably where the UFC have shrugged it off.
Say the man would have rushed him there and then, bro.
But then I think Masvidal would say, "Oh, they rushed me and they done this to me." I think that's where the difference is, you know. I think Rocky's took it on the chin like a man and just thought, "Yo, I'm gonna get you when I get my hands on you."
But rightfully, they should have given him that fight now.
But rightfully, they should have fucking Masvidal could have got a ban, fam.
Yeah, man. Because you can't just go around. Like it's all right saying
Masvidal knows how to play the game, though. He was
like,
I was inferior.
All right.
I had my hands behind my back.
He planned it all for himself, but still, Rocky, fam. Like you can't just hit a man.
All right then.
Hands behind his back.
He spoke about the 3-piece and the soda. Yeah, 3-piece and the soda. All of that. Yeah. All right then. All right then. So why didn't you give that to Bisping when Bisping said what he said about Cuba and you had an argument with him in front of the elevators, bro?
I don't even know what
Bisping's a bigger man.
He's a big lad.
He's a weight above, bro. And if you
it was element of surprise. No, Rocky did not think my mum was going to punch him.
Yeah, no, but if you see, it's not.
You shouldn't think it. The trash talk happens.
Fam, the Bisping and him, there was a clock. He could have given him a 3-piece and a soda in it. The way everybody's speaking about him now is if you chat any shit to Masvidal, no matter who you are, he's throwing hands. But Bisping was talking shit to him in his face, bro.
You go, I go. That's that day when he was in the hotel with Yoel Romero, innit? Wherever you go, I go. Do you remember that? It was fucking hilarious,
you didn't
bro.
3-piece and you're not on this 3-piece and a soda with everyone. I didn't really like that.
And you was on it with someone that didn't think he was going to come back.
Is about this, bro. Let's not get it twisted. He is about this.
His rematch with it's Jorge versus who, fam? And that fight, fam.
He had 2 fights with him.
He had the rematch with
him. He does him. He drops in the second one as well.
Bro,
still does him.
Let me tell you, bro. I remember watching that.
He's about this life.
I remember watching.
You fighting that Pacquiao.
He's a fighting man. He's a fighting man.
I remember watching UFC and I found out Masvidal was Jorge from them fights, bro. I thought, yo, that's it. He won me over for life, bro.
Don't get me wrong. I do like Masvidal and I've rated him for a long time because I like people that have got good hands. That stylistically, you know, because boxing, etc. We like it.
Bro, he's got Till and Askren, bro. Like he deserves title next.
Bro, he's got Darren Till.
He's got Till and Askren,
in his country, fam. Major.
That's who Leon should fight next.
I was just about to say Darren Till. I'm thinking Leon's going to get Darren Till.
But I don't think Till's going to fight that weight no more.
Yeah, he's talking about middleweight.
I don't think Till's going to fight that weight no more.
But I'll be honest with you, bro. If you're getting flattened by Masvidal at that weight, who's the middleweight champ?
Adesanya and Whitaker. And Adesanya's the interim.
Do you want to fight Yoel Romero, fam? I'm asking a legit question as Till. If you're Darren Till, go on, you go do your thing. Would you put him against Yoel Romero now, fam?
Good boy.
To the
Like,
yes, sir.
Back to the.
Serious, you don't want to give us a quick view. You don't want to give us a quick view on your view on the fights yesterday. Come on, man.
I think you've said it all about Dillian.
But what did you think? No, it's important. People want to know what Desperate thinks.
I'm a amateur when it comes to this boxing. Like, you know, looking at boxing and thinking, yeah, I know, I kind of know what I'm talking about. Like, I really don't know what I'm talking about. But really, watching Dillian and how far he's come as a boxer, this is incredible. Like, I could see he's found his lane.
Yeah.
Whoever his new trainer is, what you say, Mark Tibbs. Like, I saw something come across the screen that said Mark Tibbs was moving for like the last 8-9 fights. Was that like the fight after Joshua?
I think it was. Was that his 18th fight? Oh, yeah, he
like
might
that.
have. He's put in a big
fight after Joshua.
Because
you can see how far he's come as a boxer, bro. Like,
he shouldn't be this good.
Sorry to cut you. How long would you say you've been getting into boxing now?
Since being around you lot.
Since Halamala
Talavala got me into it. But basically, what
was that? Bellew?
4 years.
No, was that Bellew Hay too?
3 years. Bellew Hay before that. It was just before that.
Just before that.
Bellew Hay too was
we went to the fight. That's
maybe
the first
Bellew
fight.
Hay. Maybe.
Yeah.
But when, you know what? More so, I guess. No, Dillian Joshua.
Yeah.
That's where it started, and then obviously Dillian Klitschko.
Joshua
Klitschko. I'm getting into the UFC and all that now.
Yeah.
But basically, I think Dillian was amazing.
I
was so worried for him though, because I was thinking, I think somebody said it earlier on about the overhand right. I'm saying, I'm watching that overhand right. If he caught him with one of those overhand rights, bro, he didn't. He kept going for it and missing. I think,
because of how Dillian, that's because of the style that Dillian was doing. And you know, when you jab people, he's forcing him to reset. He's not giving him the time to set. And you know, I'm going to jab.
But that overhand right has some power, bro.
It's a very unorthodox jab. It goes through a man. You don't hit the target. It goes through. It's like he pushes up.
What is that? Because of his arm?
Yeah, his arm's long. It doesn't look attractive, or like the finesse of some people. But it's so effective. Like his hand kind of turns up.
Who was Lennox showing the over jab to? Was it Wilder?
Wilder from here.
Yeah, like there's a lot of even on the jabs, like the jab, right. There's a lot of variations of it. You know what I'm saying? And
so
Dillian's is a bit unorthodox.
Flicking it from the hip, flicking it from the hips different to hitting it from the. Klitschko has it right by your face. But because his forearm's so strong, he can just.
I'm proud of him. Like he's like my little bro or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, like you've come so far. Man, I don't
feel like he's my little bro.
Not dodging him, but they're not.
Yeah, manner of like, unless
he's younger than me, so he's my little bro.
Oh shit,
like, he's bigger than me, but still.
Do you know what you're saying? What I agree with. Unless he puts himself in this mandatory position, what he's in now, people are not just giving him the opportunity to fight.
Well, he's in it, but he's taking it.
He's taking it, and
he's taking it. He's what he's done. They dodged him for what 600 days.
Yeah.
And he's thought, I'm gonna carry on fighting.
Yeah.
And he's made himself into that
because
position.
if it was a laughable fight with like what Wilder said,
take it away from him.
Do you think if it was a laughable fight like what Wilder said, why not have took it now? At the time when you was offered, it was more money than you'd ever had.
See, this money thing's a bit mad because Wilder, something's going on with Al Heyman and how he pays his fighters.
Only last year though. Only last year.
In a good way or bad way?
Yeah, it's probably good for his people. It's not bad for anyone. I don't know. Remember that ethics conversation we had?
Yeah.
It's that. But Deontay Wilder made about 30 million last year. From what?
Fury in Brazil.
30 mil. There's supposed to be like a 4 mil here and a 2 mil there.
But AJ made 32 million.
But we know.
We know
AJ is getting that mad money. We know DAZN, they're getting that mad money. When you see his purses and everything.
Yeah, but this is what Eddie Hearn said.
What's going on with this?
But this is what Eddie Hearn said. These lot to compete have had to pay more to keep these people from going to the zone. Have had to pay more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what say Al Heyman's having to pay more money?
You know, in boxing.
Okay, I was trying to get where we were.
There's under the table payments like we've seen with what's his name, Dana White and stuff like that. Step aside money as well.
Yeah.
You take this. So you're not getting the fight, but here's 2 mil and stuff like that. I know they're just keeping Wilder sweet. Do you know what I mean?
They have to.
Because DAZN, you're trying to tell me DAZN ain't threw money at Deontay Wilder.
What is it,
100 mil?
What did he fight Brazil for, sorry?
For Brazil, and AJ was included in the contract.
100 mil?
More than 100 mil?
Racks.
20, 40, yeah. So you get ridiculous amount of money to fight Dominic Brazil, which it's not worth.
20 million would have got for Brazil.
It's not worth. And then AJ is in the contract, but it's going to be televised on DAZN, and then that's when the whole, when I was saying about the media over there.
What you're saying is basically at the moment
it's DAZN versus ESPN, isn't it?
It's DAZN versus everybody. Everybody.
They're changing the whole layout. They're saying, okay,
get rid of pay-per-view.
You lot are charging $100, $90, $80 for pay-per-view. Subscribe to us for a month. We'll give you Rocky Fielding versus Canelo. We'll give you AJ's fights. We'll give you if Deontay Wilder would be on it. And if you don't want to, if you don't want that, you can opt out of it.
Yeah,
you don't need to watch it.
They're trying to come at the Netflix way of things. Yeah,
but the thing is that strategy eventually, once the consumer starts to understand that actually it's great value for money.
ESPN are doing it as well with ESPN Plus. They've already started it.
Okay.
So the UFC now. But they've got a mixed way. So you have an ESPN Plus subscription.
Yeah, and you get UFC as well.
Pay-per-view. No.
Oh, so you still have to pay pay-per-view?
Yeah, you stream. You pay-per-view on Netflix. So UFC now in America, you have to be subscribed to ESPN Plus first, and then you buy the pay-per-view.
They're double gouging.
So they're changing it. That's why in the UK, John Jones' first fight in the UK was on pay-per-view. Okay. So the big fights coming forward now in the UK will be pay-per-view.
Okay.
So they're looking to squeeze as much as they can from this pay-per-view model before it goes.
It's the interesting game, man. It's an interesting game. Like the whole streaming wars in both movies and sports.
Yeah, Netflix are going to lose a bit. Netflix are going to lose a bit now.
But it's all going to the subscription services. So me personally, I was at my friend's house yesterday when we were watching the Dillian fight, and I was like, "What, you pay for this on pay-per-view?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "May as well just." We're watching a fight nearly every month.
Support the fighters.
Just get DAZN.
Support the fighters.
Yeah, I'm saying, just get DAZN. What is it, a 10 a month?
No, it won't work in England.
We can't get it here.
Oh.
We can't get it here.
You are.
Wow.
You are.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it on DAZN.
VPN gang.
I watched it on DAZN.
VPN
Illegal streams. Take me to jail.
Take me to jail.
Lock me up.
Lock me up.
Sick. We've all watched Don't Be a Menace. Sick.
That's what I mean. But it's like you're saying, like it's in the future, it's going to catch on.
It's going to have to, because really.
But if you was on the other side, you'd be doing everything that these people are doing to make it not happen.
Of course.
So that's why Eddie Hearn.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are the ones that are taking the flack for it, because that's why people are thinking
they're like the figureheads of
DAZN, but DAZN isn't Matchroom and DAZN isn't Anthony Joshua. Do you know what I mean?
Because
they're coming from the UK as well.
And then they've brought in Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya. Because of that, because people are saying, "Oh, yo, don't trust them. They're the guys over the pond." So they're like, the guys over the pond. We need to get somebody from here.
Yeah.
And that's why the Mexican fan base that Canelo
it's a big fan base,
and it complemented the Ruiz fight. Because they could say, look at all of the Mexicans that have subscribed because of Canelo. Yeah. That's why the Ruiz and AJ fight could be massive.
Definitely can't argue with that. Yeah. But the thing is, what you're saying about value for money is, how much is a pay-per-view in America? $89.99.
About $60 to $90,
isn't it?
All right. So if you pay $10 a month, you're paying $120.
Now DAZN put their price up. That's the criticism they got. They promised a year of it being $10 a month, and then it went to $19.99.
It's still a lot more value.
That was a hit they took, though. That was a hit they took.
But I think against people,
DAZN strategies changed.
Often
DAZN have got strained with Canelo. DAZN are saying, "Yo, we've put on too many of these fights now. We need Canelo Golovkin on our channel, and Canelo don't want to fight Golovkin now." He's saying, "I'll wait till whenever I've beat him twice or whatever it is." Got the draw, and he's saying because he wanted the Kovalev fight, and he was exploring these fights and seeing what other things he can do. So DAZN are in a position. That's why Canelo says, "You know what? I'm not fighting in September." So he's taking that date off, and that's a massive thing because he's lost that Mexican date. And he chose to lose that Mexican date because he's saying, "No, I'm not fighting Golovkin." What he's trying to do, I know what he's trying to do. He's waiting for Golovkin to get 2 years older and knock him out.
Why doesn't he want to fight Golovkin?
He's already fought him
He's beat Golovkin, has
he?
He lost and beat him. He lost and beat him. It's not right how highly he gets. Come on, you've had this.
So he doesn't want to give him the third one and give him the edge, basically, and say, "Okay." Yeah,
I think he beats him. I think he probably beats him now, and next year he can knock him out. Golovkin's gone old.
Yeah, because Golovkin's a lot older than Canelo.
Yeah,
Canelo was supposed to fight Golovkin a couple of years ago. Canelo gave up the belts. Gave up the belts to not fight him, and then he won the belt off him. Then he won, but Canelo just gets a blind because he looks so great and he smashes people. But he lost that first fight. That was corruption.
One thing I will say is he did beat Jacobs up a lot more convincingly than Golovkin did.
Mm-hmm. Well, round wise, it was quite close because Canelo lost the second half of that fight. Got knackered.
All right. I felt like I watched the first half. Sorry, should I say then? Right. From watching that fight, he was impressing me more than Golovkin. Golovkin seemed to struggle.
Jacobs adjusts,
and Golovkin still dropped Jacobs pretty hard. And
that early,
very
early.
And it's the same thing. The same thing. Canelo was doing well early, and then Jacobs started to prevail. So what would you like
scored that fight? Canelo Jacobs.
I gave that one to Canelo, but I did give Jacobs the win against Golovkin.
Yeah. That's why I would.
But I didn't think it was a scandal.
To him, because you know what? I remember you saying to me, you thought Jacobs beat Golovkin, but you didn't think he beat Canelo.
Nah. So the Golovkin one, it was a round.
It was a more convincing. Well, again, styles make fight. So I'm not putting too much into that. I'm just saying, like,
Canelo could have beat Golovkin. You don't know, but he didn't want to fight him when Golovkin was in his prime.
We haven't nailed this on between us three now. Pacquiao, Thurman. I really wanted Pacquiao to win.
Yeah.
I stated it. Me and Momo were speaking about it, and obviously you had your prediction, etc. Right. I really, really wanted Pacquiao to win.
Fail.
Yeah. We all have it.
We all have it. Thurman, it was there though. You could see Thurman did not look great against Lopez. He struggled at times. So you could see, I can't remember who was saying it. Teddy Atlas. Atlas was saying, you can fight your way into a fight and you can fight your way out of a fight. If you look tremendous, you've just fought your way out of a fight. Like with Golovkin, the whole situation with Golovkin. He fought his way into that Canelo fight. When he looked bad against Jacobs, Canelo's team was like, now it's time. Now it's time to fight Golovkin. It's the same with Thurman. Thurman didn't look great against Lopez.
Who was it? Josecito Lopez.
Yeah, so Pacquiao's like, okay, I fancy it. I fancy that. I reckon I can take him.
No, but Pacquiao, for the most part,
would have fought him
anyway.
Yeah.
Other than the Floyd drama,
but it made sense.
100%.
But it made sense.
Any man, any time.
Do you know what I'm saying? It made sense. Like Thurman, he needs to have a look in the mirror. Like this whole one time, like I don't think it's ever been one time with Thurman. He's not a tremendous.
He was one time.
He had power. He had more power.
No. He was one time until he got to world level. Before the shoulder injury, he got to world level and it stopped being one time for me. So I agree with that. There,
it's not really.
He was one time up until world level, and then at world level, it weren't one time. It was sometimes. Thurman, man.
But even the shots that he misses now, though, even in the last fight against ODT,
I'm not denying.
No zip.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying. Yeah, right. That is the shoulder injury has deteriorated.
Like, I think he loses to Porter now.
I think
he can't keep him off now.
That's why he wasn't fighting the Spencers and that, because he wasn't confident after the shoulder injury, and he may have just cashed out with the Pacquiao fight.
Yeah. See how happy he was at the end of it as well. Like he was all right with it.
He's been truthful for the whole time that he's been out. He's been truthful about his injury. Do you know what I mean? Like some fighters try to hide it. He's been saying, "Look, I ain't gonna fight until I'm better. I ain't gonna fight until the shoulder fixes this."
Yeah, but where my criticism came back, he was fighting, and then he was talking about next year,
and he talked a whole load of shit about people for years. So you got to check this.
You've got to fight, bro.
Yeah, you got to check this.
Wasn't he one of the ones saying? Yeah, but he was saying that Mayweather was ducking him or something at one point. But now,
welterweight.
Yeah, like Mayweather's not fighting a true welterweight, but Spence comes along now, and this is what people in this era we struggle with. Right back, like when my dad like watched boxing and stuff like that. The Hagler-Hearns, these people fought each other numerous times. Ali, the Fraser, like how many times these people fought each other. At the moment, we shouldn't be seeing Brazil versus Wilder. We should be seeing Fury Wilder
3.
Right,
Fury Wilder 3.
Right,
you know what I mean?
But in between, if you're gonna have other Joshua Furies, Joshua Wilder, White Joshua again. The best fighting the best. And this is what another thing what Thurman was keeping away from us, right? Because if it like what we saw, Canelo Golovkin, I scored the first fight for Golovkin, in all honesty. Definitely scored it for Golovkin. But it brought about the Canelo Golovkin too. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you fight Spence, even if you lose, but it's a great fight, there's still a Spence Thurman 2. Yeah. Maybe a 3 if you win the second fight.
I don't think the first...
Sorry. My example for
Unless
that is
got knocked
Pacquiao Marquez. Did we get sick of watching that for the fourth fight? I didn't. No. I didn't get sick of watching that. You know what I'm saying?
And
we like
it was great scandals. It was
different
each
time.
It was different each time, and we still wanted to watch it every time. You know what I'm saying?
Chocolatito versus
Rungvisai
1 and 2. Completely different. Like, Chocolatito was in it for the first one.
He fought out of his skin, and he just didn't have no against a massive guy.
Completely different.
And this is what I'm saying though. He took that chance of going up. You know what I'm saying?
People weren't getting no money.
He wasn't, and he went up and he fought that. What's it called? At the moment, like how Thurman's them antics that he was showing us are robbing us of them moments, robbing us of seeing great fighters fight great fighters.
Yes.
This is why a Mayweather is to me of our era of boxing. Yeah, right. The only person that was close to him was Andre Ward. Because if you haven't lost since you've been 12 years old, you're something special. Yeah. You are completely and utterly special. Right? That was the only person close to him. But Mayweather fought many fighters with O's, took many fighters O's.
But he still, there was intelligence to it as well, because he did say a lot of times, you fight him.
Yeah.
The winner out of used to fight me.
I
don't need to fight you and fight you. Used to fight, and then maybe I'll fight you.
If we come to the Pacquiao thing,
but that's money Mayweather.
People were saying, all right, Pretty Boy Floyd was different. The Pacquiao thing, the one condition that Mayweather put upon him and said, I will fight you if you take this condition 5 years earlier, right? Pacquiao ended up accepting when they fought 5 years later. He just wanted VADA testing.
But he done the same to Amir Khan, and he didn't stick.
But Amir Khan,
no, but Amir Khan's own fault.
No.
The big thing that Amir Khan did,
he waited for the fight and didn't fight,
and he announced it. He announced that Floyd agreed to deal. Because they had the figure set, nothing was signed, but they had the figure set, and he announced it before Floyd.
He done what Cal Brook's doing with Amir Khan now,
and he's sitting on the sidelines waiting for the fight. With Pacquiao, he's announced it, and Pacquiao saying, "What are you on about?
What are you on about?"
But didn't Floyd say, "If you beat Maidana,
No. He did a poll.
He did a poll, and Amir Khan won the poll.
So he didn't actually verbally agree.
Nah.
He did a Twitter poll
because I know
he beat Maidana.
He beat Maidana, then he lost to Danny Garcia after. Then the fight was gone. Is that what happened?
No, this was after Danny Garcia lost.
Yeah. Well after.
What was his excuse to not fight in Amir Khan after?
Nah, he said, I'm doing a poll, and whoever you pick, I'll fight.
Yeah.
And then they did the poll. They picked Amir Khan, and he didn't fight him.
Yeah.
But like he said,
Amir Khan
didn't do himself.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, do you feel sorry for Cal Brook in the Amir Khan situation?
No, because Cal Brook ain't really doing anything.
And that's exactly at the time when the Mayweather fight was available. Amir Khan wasn't doing anything.
You can't compare the two. You can't even compare.
Is it not
Cal
exactly
Brook.
the same?
I don't care if you think Cal Brook will win.
I don't.
I don't care because
he could have taken these fights. He could have took these fights. The reason why Khan can make this money now with this dumb money is because he put in a body of work, beating top guys, being a name, having a documentary, having this. Cal Brook now in Saudi, what are they going to show?
Nothing, bro. And it's because he sat on the sidelines.
He was a good fighter. And he was a good fighter.
You know what? I'm comparing it because me and Momo was doing it at the time as it was happening. It was well after the Garcia fight. Basically, he did the poll like years after. And Amir Khan sat, was it for about a year, 18 months?
Yeah, I think after the Devon Alexander fight. Yes. And that was in the prime. And that's when it looked like, put one win after that.
Mm-hmm.
Put one more win after that, and then you would have had the public pressure.
Go and get a bout, bro.
Yeah. Or try something.
Mayweather was getting the bouts at the time. Go and beat somebody with a bout, and he didn't. He just sat on the sideline thinking, if I fight somebody and lose, I've lost the Mayweather fight.
Yeah. But what Floyd did,
Mayweather fight a lot, and I did as well.
No, but you know my problem with that now is Crawford's not a heavy puncher. He outboxed the head off Khan. I'd never saw Khan outboxed until
but
even though I think that a prime Crawford beats a prime Khan, I think that's not the same Khan though.
I understand that, but he's still got outboxed, fam, and that's it, bro.
But he's jaded.
He's done. Do you know what I think? I think the Canelo fight finished his chin. His chin was already bad, but
I don't think.
For someone that has to be fast and strong and everything and explosive at all times, his physique don't match it no more.
Yeah. Definitely,
his physique don't match
but
if you look at his Devon Alexander physique and his posture and everything, it's all.
I'm saying, changed. In my opinion, your two opinions may be different to mine. In my opinion, right, it showed me, like, you know, my thing about Amir Khan was always I'd never saw him outboxed, bro, right? But this is it again. Like Mayweather was a defensive master,
master,
bro. Unbelievable. His defense, and this is what people do. People just shoulder roll it. Like you see Broner doing, he does the shoulder roll, but his foot movement is nowhere near Mayweather's. You can't just shoulder roll all 12 rounds.
Who's that? Sorry, Broner.
Broner, yeah. Like you have to move your feet as well.
And that's why he gets caught by Maidana.
You know what? Broner doesn't do anything after the fucking shoulder roll though.
Yeah,
he stays there.
He'll just stay there.
Yeah.
So
and he's got a very low punch output, but so has Mayweather at times.
Yeah, but Mayweather will still make you stop and think. He'll shoulder roll and bing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and in that combination, he's outlanded you. Yeah, in that little sequence.
Like you threw 6 punches, yeah, right. He's through one, and his one was a cleaner shot than your 6 punches. You know what I'm saying?
But the Amir Khan that was in there with Terence Crawford,
isn't the same one as Alexander. But in my opinion, he would have just got outboxed. What would have happened to him against Floyd is he would have got outboxed, bro.
Me and Momo are both Amir Khan fans. Like, obviously, we've been there. So for starters, watch your mouth, all right?
Nah, listen, right. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
But I just think, yeah. I think Mayweather saw something in Amir Khan was kind of like...
Oh, no, it was a dangerous fight,
like, I don't know about... With the whole shoulder roll, and you can imagine Amir Khan with them fast hands.
I can't sit right with the fact that Mayweather ducked Khan. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say...
No, I'm not saying you're saying that.
Because
but that's kind of the implication of what you're saying, though, yeah?
And I think Floyd is a favourite against any man in history.
Anyone that 147, 150 that we have saw.
I would know. I
can't.
He could still. I would still. I can't.
He beat
favorite.
He beat.
You know what it is,
monsters.
No. I
didn't see Leonard.
And stylistically, he was able
to
smash
monsters. Day, bro.
No, I know. Yeah, but was his ad day as good as well?
But what if Leonard couldn't? What if Leonard couldn't get the first punch off?
Yeah.
Ever.
This is what you got to think.
And that's possible. That's possible because
Hearns, Hagler, Duran. Obviously, and Mayweather and a whole load of people that were just like under the echelon that could have been a banana skin as well. Like Leonard, he just literally had.
I'm not. My thing is, lads, this is why I always say of our era, we never got to watch them as much as we watched our current fighters
and to clock on who was in the prime and
who wasn't. So we just watched the fights and we don't know who was going out of their prime, who was coming into their prime, stuff like that. That's why I always keep it to our era. So of our era, Mayweather is the boxing. He's the best at boxing. Of our era. He's the best of our era.
The one criticism I got with him,
who Leonard?
No, Floyd is how he dealt with the De La Hoya situation. He signed a rematch clause for that fight, same as Ruiz now, and he retired to get out of it. Yeah, and he should have given Oscar that rematch because the fight. I scored that Floyd has won. I scored that Floyd has won. No, but that should have been
Wilder.
Yeah.
No, because Wilder's been talking about retiring.
Yeah, but then Dillian will fight whoever for the belt and win the belt. So I'm not worried.
Okay. No,
his goal is the title, not Wilder.
It's like if Ruiz now retired to not give AJ the thing. He can't get the belts, whatever, but he's still going to be a lineal, whatever it is. You get me, the man that beat this man. That's not
like
a good
Fury.
move. I don't think that's a good
like Fury.
It's not a good move. But the only thing that would happen is them 4 bouts will go into contention for AJ again, bro. So you know, like that.
No, but you never gave Oscar. You never gave
Oscar.
I'm not denying that.
Do that?
But
but he did.
But
he lost the belts, but he never faked a retirement.
Yeah, he never faked a retirement.
He was retired.
That's not. Floyd was in the gym and making fights as he faked that retirement. Floyd's career took off after that point.
He didn't blow up to like.
Where I'll defend Fury as well. That Vladimir Klitschko and Fury fight wasn't close, bro. The Oscar De La Hoya and Mayweather was a closer fight than the Klitschko and Fury fight, fam. If you ask me,
you won. He gave you the fight. There was a rematch clause. Let's go again. It was a mad fight. You should have took that. I think if he did take that, I think he might regret not taking that. Yeah. I believe. I think he thought it was a sick move then because it made him the money. But that's not. If Ruiz did that, I'd be disgraced.
Yeah. So
I'd be disgraced if Ruiz didn't give, because he gave you the chance. He was De La Hoya at that point was the A side.
No, he was the
A side,
and that's when Floyd became the A side.
Floyd, and he deserved to become the A side.
Have we got anything we feel like we've missed out, lads?
Oh yeah. One important thing, obviously. How could we forget about this? Tommy Fury to win Love Island. Yay!
I'm done with this. I'm done with that.
He's a boxer. What do you reckon? Yeah, like okay, if he was to win,
we're not talking Love Island,
and then come out, yeah. No, but he's a boxer. He's a boxer, yeah. And then come out and have a decent career, similar. Could he possibly be bigger than Tyson Fury? Because he's got
100%.
He's got all the makings that Tyson Fury never had.
Yeah, there's a different market, man. There's a different market. It's like Kim Kardashian. It's like Kim Kardashian and this.
We have to talk about
it.
Why you think he can't?
He's always good on the speed, like Garcia.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia, man.
JAYKAE says Tommy Fury will never be as big.
If Tommy Fury won Love Island, who wants to be a millionaire? I'm a celeb. All of them.
He wouldn't be able to do it off a decent career. He'd have to win every fight.
He'd have to have a
He'd have to win every fight, lads.
No, but if you look at numbers, he's probably got more followers than him now.
You reckon?
We have to take this into consideration. They ain't gonna have no little 14-year-old girls queuing up to watch Tyson Fury fight.
You're right.
It's a different market.
It's a different market.
Kylie Jenner become a billionaire from exploiting that market.
He could change the face of boxing, bro. Like
Fury can be bigger than Tyson on Instagram.
But that could
That's
play
the world right now.
This is what I'm saying,
bro.
bro.
That could play into the numbers. No, you're thinking it as a real legit boxing fans. The biggest fights are not watched by the majority of they're not the majority of fans that watch them are not just
boxing purists. They're not.
Most boxing purists stream.
Listen. Look at his head. Look at his head.
Listen, Tommy Fury has more in common than AJ than he does with his own brother.
Yeah.
I'm just leaving it right there.
Yeah, anything? Does anybody have anything to say? Because we didn't overly touch on the Leon Rockney Edwards situation. I just want to congratulate him.
Yeah, smashed it.
And he's representing Birmingham at the highest level at MMA. Really elite. Like beating Dos Anjos, being on the street that you're on. He's a serious threat.
Yeah, big and Fabian as well.
We have on the way up.
The Renegade.
The rest of the
I'm excited to see where Fabian's going to go.
We need to get back down there, do some training with Tom again, man. We need to do that.
Defo. And hopefully we'll get them on the podcast again.
Yes, man.
But there you go. There's another episode of Watch Your Mouth with the Halamala team, yeah?
Halamala
Vala.
JAYKAE, respect for coming onto the program.
Oh, shit. Standing ovation. Academy Award.
Sit down.
And shout out to Despa for doing what he did for us today.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to a theater near you. Coming to cinemas near you. Yo.
Wait, anybody watch Lion King on that? Have you started doing
Oh, Kenya.
Is it worth watching?
Oh, shit. Here we go. Get ready.
Is it worth watching?
Is The Lion King worth watching? It's a strong 6 out of 10.
See it strong.
Strong 6 out of 10.
What did you give the cartoon?
The cartoon's a 10 out of 10.
Okay, no. You have to ask that first.
10 out of 10, baby.
We need to make it relative.
Nah, but the thing is about The Lion King is for me, it's like, yo, just don't remake it.
Now you have to remake it though. It's the one that we seen's a remake.
Yeah, I know.
We can't have that arrogance.
Oh, no. The one that we watched is a copy, not a remake.
Don't remake it badly, though.
The story comes from Cinderella and Mermaid and all of this.
The new one is basically a scene for scene remake of the cartoon, except they missed out some of the exceptional bits. So
was that due to CGI limitations?
No, like nobody says Mufasa. Mufasa. But they do the scene that it's supposed to be in. And you're waiting for it, Mufasa, and it doesn't come. I was like,
Do you know how many parents I've saw like, yo, I'm not even taking my kids,
bro?
If
it wasn't for the fact that my daughter had had a great week. She won sports. She's done loads of things. So I'm gonna go treat her. I wish I'd never taken her though, but